Hello students, a very warm welcome to the class. Today we will start the chapter of physics, that is light, and which is very important for the upcoming exams. So let us start the chapter what is light. If we talk about the light, light is a form of energy that enables us to see. Whenever we, whatever in our environment, whatever we are seeing the objects. So the energy that enables us to see is called light. Without light we can't see anything. Okay, so let us discuss that what is light. Okay, so light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy that enables us to see. Okay, so it is a form of light that enables us to see. Okay, let us see that light is a form of energy that enables us to see. So whatever it is a form of energy that enables us to see, suppose that the thing is there and there is a dark and there is dark, there is no light. So at any object, if there is no light, that our eyes can't detect that thing. So how can, the thing is, now question arises that how can we see the objects. So suppose that there is a object, when light falls on it, when light falls on this object, then the light again bounces back on our eyes, and which is read by our brain, and we think that what is that object. So all the things in our environment, when the sun rays or any source of light that falls on that object, and after falling the ray or light, it again bounces back to our eyes, so we can easily see the object. So the very important thing is that to see anything there is a necessary energy, that one is light. Okay, so there are so many forms of, there are so many sources of light, like sun, bulb, or we can say that torch. Simply that is, these all come in the category of the sources of light. Okay, so let us see, if we talk about the sunlight, the speed of light is how much? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So whatever we the point are discussed here, you have to note down on a copy. Okay, so let us move to the next slide. Now we have to discuss about nature of light. Okay, so nature of light, there are three conditions or steps or types of the nature of light. First one, it is can be of ray type, it can be of wave, and it can be propagate in the form of particles. Okay, there are three ways or the three natures of the light by which it can be traveled. It can be traveled in the form of ray, form of wave, and form of particles also. Okay, suppose the ray is in the form of this type, and if we talk about this one is web like structure. Okay, and whenever we talk about the light, it is traveled in a particles, so there is a form of packets. ठीक है, in this way the light propagate in any medium. Okay, so these are the three conditions, these are the three natures of light by which it can be propagated in any medium. Let us see. The first one is ray. The ray is just simply like in this way on any object. Suppose that there is an object and light falls on it in the ray form. Okay, this one is what? This one is of your ray type. So the phenomena involved in this one is reflection and refraction. Reflection and refraction both are the phenomena that are to be considered under the ray nature of light. Understood? So in our syllabus there are only two natures of light that we have to discuss here. First one is reflection and another one is refraction. Further on we have to discuss about these all natures. Okay, so in ray type we discussed only of refraction as well as reflection. Okay, so reflection is in this condition. Reflection is always considered in only one medium. Okay, so if we talk about the refraction, if we talk about refraction, suppose there is a air medium and this one is medium 1 and this one is water medium. So the ray is strike on this and just bending or towards the normal or away from the normal. These are the terms we will discuss in when we start deeply as a refraction. So reflection is always in the one medium and refraction is happened more than two medium. Okay, so the ray is a nature of light in which we have to study these two phenomena. First one is reflection, another one is refraction. Now the second one is wave. The wave propagation of light, the phenomena regarding this nature of light, first one is diffraction of light, and second one is interference of light. So these two phenomena are not in our syllabus, so we can't study this. Let us move to the third one in the particle nature. That one is the comes is photoelectric effect. फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक, ठीक है ना. फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट के रिगार्डिंग हम इस फिनोमेना को रीड करेंगे. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज लॉज ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन, अ वेरी important topic, and from where the light start, whatever be the principles regarding light, we just started from here, and let us listen carefully and note down all the conditions. So I told you that laws of reflection, there are two laws of reflection, how the light reflect. Before telling the laws of reflection, I just told you the two things. First one is regular reflection and second one is irregular reflection. Okay, first one is regular reflection, second one is irregular. When we talk about regular reflection, there is a smooth surface, plane surface, and the light strikes on this and is completely like this way. So this type of surface comes under regular reflection. And if we talk about irregular reflection, light comes as incident, as reflected, this type, or this type. So there is not a definite pattern in the regular reflection. So first condition is that reflection occurs in all the things. What we study is laws of reflection only in the regular reflections. Okay, so this is an important thing, just that I told you. Now we have to move to the laws of reflection. So there is a first law. What the first law says? First law says that the angle of incident and the angle of reflection is always equal. So what is the meaning of this thing? Let us draw a plane surface or a smooth surface. This sign denotes that the light does not passes from this object. Okay, it just bounces back. So whenever the light strikes on a surface, the ray of light that strike on a surface, this one is called incident ray. What we called? This is incident ray, and it is denoted by I. Okay, so and the next one is, this one is reflected ray. What is this? This is reflected ray. So in the case of the laws of reflection, I just told you the angle of reflection, angle of incident is always equal to the angle of reflection. So how we calculate the angle of reflection? Let us see. We just draw a perpendicular line to this point. Okay, and this line is called normal. This line what we called normal. Okay, so this line is perpendicular to this point. This is what we called normal. So now the angle between incident ray and the normal is called angle of incident. So this is our what? This is our angle I. Okay, and this is what? And this is our angle R. Clear? This is angle I, the angle between normal and incident ray, that is incidence angle. So angle I is equal to angle R, means angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Clear? So this is the very first law, that what is the law? Angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. And the second law is that the incident ray and the reflected ray and the normal meet at the one point at the reflecting surface. That point is called point of incident. You see that this is the point where the incident ray, normal and the reflected ray meet at a reflecting surface. This point is called point of incidence. This point is what we called point of incidence. So this is the first law of the reflection. And the second law is, I told you just, angle of incident ray, normal and the reflected ray all meet at the reflecting surface on the point of incidence. Now we just write here, the first law is that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So angle I is equal to angle R. This one is your first law. Second law, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and normal should we meet at one point, that is point of incidence on reflecting surface. Okay, so just take it a screenshot and note it down. So move to the next slide. So now we just discussed about the laws of reflection. Now we will start to the reflection. First is the thing is that the reflection about the plane mirror. So first we discussed what is a plane mirror. Any plane surface that is one side polished, any plane surface which is one side polished and the light that falls on it is totally bounced back, is called a plane mirror. Any plane surface and the one side is polished, whatever with the light strikes on it, it just bounced back totally. So this type of object is considered as plane mirror. Okay, so now we have to discuss about the characteristics of images formed on a plane mirror. The very first condition about the characteristics of a plane mirror, let us see. The image formed by it is virtual and erect. The plane mirror image that is formed, that is virtual and erect. Erect means when we just stand before the plane mirror and we show that our image is not inverted. Erect means not inverted. Okay, so when we front of the mirror, our image is not inverted, so this one is erect, and the image that is formed, that is virtual. Okay, so the next condition is image formed of same size. What is the meaning of this point? Same size means that how much with the size of the object is the same size in the images formed by a plane mirror. So the size is same, and nature is virtual and erect. Now what is the third point? Image is always formed behind the mirror. These all the 3 points, the image is formed behind the mirror. I just in the next slide I explain with an example. Now the fourth characteristics in a plane mirror, that is image is laterally inverted. What is the meaning of this? We just see that whenever we saw in the plane mirror, our right is in the left side. So whatever be the light of any object in in an object, and when we saw in the image of a plane mirror, our right becomes to the left of that image. So the image is laterally inverted. Our right is in the image, that is our right in image left, and our left is image in the right. And the last characteristics of this is that the distance between image from the mirror is equal to the object distance from the mirror. Clear? Suppose that there is a plane mirror and object is this side on this. The distance from object to the mirror is always equal to the image is found behind the mirror. So suppose this is a plane mirror and your object is still here. So the distance between object and mirror is equal to the distance between image and plane mirror. This is the fifth condition. So take it as screenshot. Next slide. Okay. So the image formation by a plane mirror. Let us see how the image is formed in a plane mirror. Let us see there is a plane mirror, and this one is our principal axis, and suppose that this one is object. This one is the object. Take it the two rays, at least two rays you have to take. And you have to just meet it to the so see this type of image is formed in a plane mirror. This is your object. Okay? So the object is U and the image is y, v sin. So the distance is always equal to v, and you see that the object is erect, image is also erect, and whenever the rays is produced to the backward side and the image is formed by imaging the lines, imaginary lines meeting the imaginary lines, this is the virtual image. This is virtual image. Okay. So now move to the next. Now we have to discuss about the types of images. The types of images, the first one is real and the another one is virtual image. Real images are that images which can be formed by the actual meet up of the light rays. The rays which are actually meet, the formed image formed is what is real. So very small point is that image formed by actual meeting of light rays. Clear? And the second is it is always formed on screen. Clear? And the real image is formed on convex lens, and the real image is formed on concave mirror. So this is the type of image that we call the real image. And the very important thing is that whatever the images that formed on our eyes is always real. This is not virtual. Clear? And the nature of the real images is always inverted. Whenever there is a real image, it always in the inverted condition. So real image is formed by concave convex lens, concave mirror, and real image is always inverted. It is formed by the actual meeting of light rays, and it can be obtained on screen. So this is the type of the real image. Now what is the virtual image? Virtual image is formed by the imaginary meeting, imaginary propagation of light. I just told you in the previous slide that whenever the light strikes on it and we formed the image by propagating the imaginary lines, by meeting the image. See, this line we move to the further, and this line move to the further, and this one is meet here. So the imaginary meeting of lines, imaginary meeting of light rays is called virtual image. Okay, so this is called the virtual image. The image formed by the imaginary meeting of rays. Clear? These are not obtained on screen. Clear? And the virtual is always erect. The nature of virtual image is always erect. It is formed on concave. It is formed on concave lens and convex mirror. Okay, and the virtual image is formed by the plane mirror also. Okay, plane mirror forms, it is also formed by plane mirror. Clear? Plane mirror is also formed the image that is virtual and erect. Now we just finish the physics section. Now we just take a small topic of the types of the chemical equation. There is chemistry topic. Okay, and the chemical equations and equations is the topic. Now we just take the small topic, types of chemical equations. So in chemistry, whatever the product, whatever the reactants meet, combine and forms a reaction and forms a new product. So there are so many types of reactions are there. So we just take a smart glance on the topic chemical reactions. Okay, so first topic is that types of chemical reactions. In the first kind is that combination reaction. Okay, so first is the topic that is combination reaction, and after that we will take the decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, neutralization reaction. Many of the types of reactions are there. Very first topic is combination reaction. By the name it is clear that combination means to combine two or more things. Suppose there is a one reactant and there is another reactant, and it combines and forms a new product. This type of reaction is called combination reaction. Suppose there is a one compound and which react to the another compound and forms a third compound, a new compound. We just say that one is take a new color. Okay, this type. Okay, so in this type See, you see that this is a new product, compound 1, a compound, this one is another compound, and this is form a new product. You just see that whenever A and B combine and forms a, so this pattern follows by the combination reaction. Let us discuss by an example. So the very smart example is that of the combination reaction, that CaO plus H2O. CaO is what? Let us change the color. Okay. So CaO is what? This is a quicklime, or we can say that calcium oxide. Clear? Quicklime or calcium oxide, and this is our simply water, and when these both combine and it forms calcium hydroxide. Let us see calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice. So the whatever with the formed by CaOH whole twice, and this one is called slaked lime. In your exams, the common name and chemical name is also asked, so you have to note it down that CaOH is also known as slaked lime or calcium hydroxide. And note it down from here. In your exams, the question asks that whatever be the compound that used in the white washing balls. So the answer is CaOH whole twice. Your answer is CaOH whole twice. Option is slaked lime or calcium hydroxide. So this is the example of combination reaction. Now move to the next example of the combination reaction. Whenever whatever we eat food and just decomposes in the many different carbohydrate, fats or vitamins, etc. So whatever be the energy we obtained, and that energy is again combined with the oxygen, and that reaction is called respiration. So this one is glucose, that we formed by eating the food, by the eating food, and this one is the oxygen when the oxygen reacts with the glucose and it forms carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So the very important point of this reaction is when glucose combined with oxygen and it forms the carbon dioxide, water and energy that we need. So the question asked in our biology pattern is also how many energy is released. So the energy amount of energy is that 38 ATP. ATP is known as adenosine triphosphate, and this reaction is called aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration are those which is in the form in the presence of oxygen. You know that there is oxygen presence, so this reaction is called, comes under the combination reaction example also, and this reaction is also comes in exothermic reaction. This reaction is also called exothermic reaction. The exothermic reactions are those reactions while during the reaction the energy evolves. This type of reaction is called exothermic, and just opposite these are the endothermic reactions in which the reaction needed the energy to form the reaction. Okay, the two reactants needs amount of energy to fulfill the reaction and form the new product. That these are the endothermic reactions. So this is the example of respiration and comes in the combination reaction. Now move to the next reaction, that is decomposition reaction. Let us see, just opposite Opposite of combination is called decomposition reaction. Suppose there is a new compound that is AB, and by different processes is just breaks into two. This one is A and this one is B. Okay, a new product, a new reactant is by getting a reaction and breaks into two separate products. This is known as decomposition reaction. Now listen up. Now move to the next slide by discussing an example. CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate